What's up? Welcome to the channel or my social media platform, whichever one you're on today. We appreciate you. Today, we're talking VA bonus entitlement. And this stems from a story that I was just told recently where a veteran was in trouble during the market crash of 2008, bought a home 20 years ago. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, they had a foreclosure. And that was during 07, 08, 09, during that stretch. Has bought two houses since then, about to buy his third house. And guess what? Two people have told him the only route and the only path forward on the last two purchases were through conventional financing, meaning down payment required, PMI required, higher interest rates required. So we're focusing on VA bonus entitlement. And here's kind of how we're able to make this work for the veteran and how things get better for him and his situation. So first, let's take a look at this. Now, when you're doing a VA loan, or if you're a veteran or a loan officer, realtor, whatever the case may be, VA loans, again, have this thing called bonus entitlement. Now, you want to check a few of the guidelines, and there's minimum loan amounts and whatnot, but there is available entitlement. So what happens is we pull a COE, which stands for Certificate of Eligibility, to determine if someone can get a loan through the VA. Now, once we figure that out, on there it says entitlement amount. And a lot of times it may say entitlement is zero, but they're talking about basic entitlement, meaning it was already used for another property and there's zero remaining. But they're not talking or mentioning bonus entitlement, which is what you need to know. So let's take a look at a hypothetical scenario here. Let's say first house bought 5 years ago was for $300,000. Okay. And so the second house, now the veteran is looking at buying a new home. And they say, well, you know what? We want to go ahead and buy, and then we'll sell ours once we move out. Or maybe I'm going to keep it as a rental property, which they have every right to do as long as they've lived in it through a certain time period to meet the guidelines. Whatever the case may be, they're going to keep that house. Okay. And they say the next one is $400,000. We're going to look at that scenario. And then we're also going to look at one that's quite a bit different, which would be maybe they got a raise. Maybe they, a spouse is making more money, the budget is better, whatever the case may be. House prices have probably gone up in their area, and that's what it costs now. And so we're going to look at a 750 option as well. So let's walk through both of those. So VA looks at the national county loan limits, and they go off of Freddie Mac. So on the national county limit, currently it's sitting at $766,000. Okay, that's the new conforming limit. Now, if you take a look at the original loan amount, which is $300,000 from right here, that's the original loan amount. That's not what they currently owe, most likely, but that's the original loan size, which is what we go off of. The remaining purchasing power for that veteran simply comes out to be $466,000. There are other little calculators and things like that, max mortgage worksheets, but simply put, rule of thumb, 766 is the current county loan limit or national conforming limit. So the original loan 300. This means they can buy a home up to $466,000 with 100% financing, zero money down. Okay. So if they were buying this house right here, they could do that with no problem because they have bonus entitlement. So they would be able to do that. Now, what happens though if they're buying the one that's 750? Quite a bit different. So what if I go over the amount like in the 750K scenario? So what you would do, take the new price, 750, subtract out the available purchasing power of 466. The remaining balance there is 284,000. So a lot of people may think, oh, well, I've got to come up with $284,000. I don't have that. I don't have 284 just lying around. So I can't go this path. That's actually incorrect. VA only requires you to bring 25% of the difference. So the difference is 284. That means you would owe $71,000 as part of a down payment at closing. Closing costs would still have to be negotiated between the buyer and the seller, but 71,000 is what would be required for the down payment piece. And even that, people say, yeah, it's a lot of money, and it is. But if you're buying 750, then the conventional loan, that's not even 10% down, which means you're still going to have a higher interest rate and higher PMI. So VA gives you a nice little break here. You could also say, hey, what if it's 500,000, right? What if this instead of 750, what if it was 500? Well, the difference there would be, again, 500 minus 466 would be $34,000. 25% of 34,000 is 8,500. So you're good to go, under $10,000 for a down payment on a $500,000 house. So keep that in mind. You can go above and beyond. You just have to come up with 25% of the difference. So hope you learned something. Comment, share, like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, do all those things. Reach out to me, DM with questions, or if you want to explore your specific scenario, would love to take a look at it and help you out there. But again, VA bonus entitlement, trying to help veterans. This guy, unfortunately, this specific story, he was told he couldn't do it twice, and he was completely eligible. So he spent money out of pocket that he didn't have to. Today, he's good to go, 100% financing. So good for him, but he did miss two opportunities previously. So watch out. Don't believe everything you read or hear. Reach out to me for any questions or specifics. And thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.